Your biggest enemy is not the challenges you face outside. It's not the people who oppose you, and it's certainly not the circumstances you find yourself in. No, the biggest enemy you'll ever encounter is your own uncontrolled mind. You see, your mind is a powerful tool. It can either be the greatest asset you have or the biggest barrier to your success. It's the birthplace of all your thoughts, dreams, and decisions. But if you don't take control of it, if you don't discipline it, your mind will lead you into a prison of doubt, fear, and confusion. Your mind is your greatest asset or your biggest enemy. Think about it. The way you perceive yourself, the world around you, and the challenges you face is determined by your mind. It has the power to either propel you toward your purpose or hold you back from the very destiny you are meant to fulfill. The mind is an extraordinary tool. It's the birthplace of every thought, idea, and action. But like any powerful tool, if it's not used correctly or controlled, it can become destructive. Every day you are confronted with choices, and each choice is filtered through your mind. Your mind decides whether you will see opportunity or obstacle, success or failure, joy or despair. The quality of your thoughts shapes the quality of your life. If your thoughts are filled with negativity, self-doubt, and fear, that is exactly what you will experience in your reality. If your thoughts are empowered, positive, and aligned with your purpose, then your life will reflect that. But here's the thing. Your mind is a battlefield and is constantly under attack. The enemy isn't just external. It's internal. Your biggest enemy is not the people around you or the circumstances you face. It's the unchallenged, uncontrolled thoughts within your own mind. Negative thinking doesn't need anyone to instigate it. It doesn't need a specific trigger. It can grow on its own. A single negative thought can multiply and multiply until it clouds your entire mindset, leading you to believe that you are incapable or unworthy of achieving greatness. The reason this happens is because we don't always guard our minds. We let thoughts come and go without questioning their source or their validity. We accept whatever comes our way as truth without recognizing that not every thought is meant to be entertained. Many of the limiting beliefs we hold come from past experiences, mistakes, or even the opinions of others. But they don't have to define us. We have the power to reject those thoughts and replace them with a mindset of possibility and hope. The mind can easily become a prison if left unchecked. It can trap you in cycles of self-doubt and fear. It will tell you that you can't, that you won't, that you're not good enough, or that you're destined to fail. These thoughts often come from the voice of insecurity and the influence of external pressures, but you have the power to silence them. The challenge is learning to control what enters your mind and how you respond to it. Your mind is constantly bombarded with information. It's exposed to social media, news, the opinions of others, and sometimes even the voices of your own past failures. But just because a thought enters your mind doesn't mean it's the truth. Thoughts can be misleading, deceptive, and filled with false narratives that limit your potential. And when you believe those thoughts, you end up living a life that's less than what you were created for. However, when you learn to control your mind, you unlock the key to true freedom. You are no longer held hostage by the stories your mind tries to tell you. You can choose the thoughts you entertain, and by doing so, you change the direction of your life. The mind that is controlled, disciplined, and focused is a mind that can lead you to success, fulfillment, and purpose. It will guide you toward the path you were always meant to walk. The good news is that you are not powerless. You don't have to be a victim of your thoughts. You have the authority to take control of your mind and redirect it toward positive, empowering beliefs. But this takes practice. It takes discipline. It takes the willingness to question every thought that doesn't align with who you are and what you are capable of achieving. You must reject thoughts that limit you and replace them with thoughts that elevate you. Your mind is a powerful force, and when it is directed toward your true potential, nothing can stop you. But if it is allowed to run wild, unchecked and uncontrolled, it will steer you off course and keep you from the life you are meant to live. So the choice is yours. Take control of your mind, shape your thoughts, and shape your destiny. Your future is determined by the thoughts you choose to entertain today. In the end, the greatest victory you can achieve is over your own mind. When you win that battle, everything else falls into place. You are no longer a prisoner of your thoughts, but a master of them. And that, my friend, is where true freedom begins. Negative thoughts can paralyze you and limit your potential in ways you may not even realize. The mind, when filled with negativity, can create barriers that hold you back from everything you were meant to accomplish. It can plant seeds of fear, doubt, and insecurity, which, if left unchecked, grow into deep-rooted beliefs that stop you from taking the steps necessary to move forward in life. We all have the power to think, to choose what we focus on, and yet many of us allow negative thoughts to take control. The problem with negative thinking is that it doesn't just exist in the mind. It begins to shape the way we see the world and ourselves. A single negative thought can snowball into a series of limiting beliefs that govern our actions and reactions. It tells you that you're not good enough, that you're too old or too young, that your dreams are impossible to achieve. It feeds off of insecurity, and the longer you allow it to exist unchecked, the stronger it becomes. Imagine for a moment how many times you've held yourself back because of negative thoughts. Maybe you've talked yourself out of an opportunity because you didn't believe you were qualified. Maybe you've sabotaged your own success because you were too afraid of failure. Negative thoughts make you believe you are not worthy of your dreams, that you don't have what it takes to succeed, and that it's better to play it safe than to take a risk. The result? You stay stuck. You play small. You miss out on opportunities because you're held hostage by your own mind. What's even more dangerous is that these negative thoughts are often disguised as realism or practicality. They may sound like caution, but in reality, they are nothing more than fear in disguise. You begin to justify your inaction by telling yourself, it's too risky, or I might fail. What you don't realize is that this kind of thinking keeps you exactly where you are. It's a defense mechanism your mind uses to protect you from discomfort, but in doing so, it limits your potential. Negative thinking is also contagious. It doesn't just affect you, it affects the way you interact with others and how you approach the world. When you're filled with negativity, you start to see obstacles everywhere you look. You become a magnet for more negative energy because that's what you're putting out into the world. The mindset you carry affects your relationships, your career, your health, and your overall outlook on life. It becomes a cycle. Negativity breeds more negativity, and before you know it, you've created a reality that is defined by your limited thoughts. One of the most destructive things negative thinking does is create self-doubt. When you doubt yourself, you stop taking action. You hesitate, second guess, and question every decision you make. You start to wonder if you really can do it, and in doing so, you stop even trying. The longer you stay in this place of doubt, the harder it becomes to break free. It paralyzes you, keeping you from stepping into your potential and moving toward the life you truly desire. The good news, however, is that negative thoughts don't have to control you. You have the power to change the way you think. The first step in overcoming negativity is awareness. You must be able to recognize when negative thoughts arise and understand their origin. Are these thoughts based on fear, past failures, or someone else's opinions? Are they rooted in the belief that you're not enough or that you can't succeed? Once you identify where these thoughts are coming from, you can begin to challenge them. Ask yourself, is this thought serving me? Is it true? Is it helping me move closer to my goals or pushing me further away? More often than not, you'll find that the negative thoughts that come to mind are based on false beliefs and assumptions. They're not the truth about who you are or what you're capable of achieving. You are not your doubts. You are not your fears. You are not your mistakes. These are just thoughts. And you have the power to replace them with thoughts that empower you. Replacing negative thoughts with positive, affirming ones takes practice, but it is possible. It starts with speaking truth over yourself. Every time a negative thought arises, counter it with a positive affirmation. Remind yourself that you are capable, that you are worthy of success, that you have the skills and the potential to achieve anything you set your mind to. It's important to speak life into yourself, even when your mind tries to tell you otherwise. By consistently challenging negative thoughts and replacing them with empowering beliefs, you begin to rewire your mind. Over time, the negative patterns that once controlled your thinking will lose their grip on you, and you will find yourself moving with more confidence, purpose, and clarity. Negative thoughts are inevitable, but they don't have to define your life. You have the power to control them. Don't let them paralyze you or limit your potential. When you take charge of your thoughts and refuse to be a slave to negativity, you will begin to see just how powerful you truly are. You will start to move forward step by step toward the person you were always meant to be. In the end, you must choose to embrace a mindset of positivity, growth, and possibility. When you do, you open yourself up to a world of opportunity, and the limits that once held you back will begin to fade away. Disciplining your mind is the key to breaking free from the limitations that negative thoughts impose on you. Your mind, in its natural state, is not always aligned with your best interests. It can be easily swayed by emotions, fears, and external influences that do not serve you. And that is why discipline is essential to creating a mindset that supports your growth, your goals, and your purpose. Without discipline, your mind becomes undirected, scattered, and easily distracted by all the noise around you. The power of the mind is vast, but it requires focus and direction to be fully effective. Without discipline, the mind is like a ship without a rudder. It may float aimlessly, reacting to the winds of circumstance and the waves of emotions, but it's not moving toward anything specific. This lack of direction can leave you feeling lost, frustrated, and unfulfilled. You may have big dreams, desires, and goals, but without mental discipline, they remain out of reach, just beyond your grasp. So how do you discipline your mind? It starts with awareness. The first step in mental discipline is recognizing that not every thought you have is worth entertaining. Your mind is constantly generating thoughts, many of which are automatic and subconscious. Some of those thoughts are positive and empowering, but others are negative, limiting, and harmful. Being aware of the difference between the two is crucial. If you're not aware of the negative thoughts that arise, you'll allow them to take root and grow. When you practice awareness, you can catch those negative thoughts before they have a chance to shape your reality. Once you become aware of the thoughts that don't serve you, the next step is to reject them. This is where discipline truly comes into play. It takes practice and intentionality to reject the negative thoughts that arise in your mind. It's easy to fall into the habit of dwelling on doubts, fears, and insecurities, but you have the power to shut them down. You must choose to no longer give those thoughts your attention. The more you practice rejecting them, the easier it becomes to stop them in their tracks. This is where the discipline of the mind begins to shape your life. To replace negative thoughts, you must consciously choose thoughts that align with your values, your purpose, and your vision for your life. You must remind yourself of who you are, your potential, and the truth about your capabilities. Every time a limiting belief or fear arises, counter it with a statement of affirmation. I am worthy of success. I have the skills to succeed. I am capable of overcoming this. This mental discipline, though simple in concept, requires a consistent effort. It means choosing to speak life over yourself, even when your circumstances or emotions might suggest otherwise. Another crucial aspect of disciplining your mind is controlling your environment. Your environment plays a massive role in shaping your thoughts. If you are constantly surrounded by negativity, whether it's toxic people, negative media, or discouraging influences, it's incredibly difficult to maintain a disciplined mind. To discipline your mind effectively, you need to create an environment that supports the mindset you want to cultivate. This could mean limiting your exposure to negativity, spending time with people who encourage and uplift you, or creating a space that is filled with positive influences such as books, podcasts, and empowering content. Your environment should be a place that reinforces the mindset you are trying to develop. Another powerful way to discipline your mind is through meditation and reflection. Taking time each day to quiet your mind and reflect on your goals, your intentions, and your values is a practice that strengthens your mental discipline. Meditation allows you to detach from the noise of the world and focus inward, giving you the opportunity to center yourself and refocus your mind on what truly matters. It's a space where you can consciously choose the thoughts you want to carry with you throughout the day. Regular meditation not only helps you control your thoughts, but it also helps reduce stress and increase clarity, making it easier to maintain a disciplined mindset. The discipline of the mind also involves setting clear goals and intentions. When you have a clear vision of what you want to achieve, it becomes easier to stay focused and reject distractions. Setting goals gives your mind a sense of direction and purpose, and it helps you stay on track when challenges arise. Every time you encounter a challenge or setback, a disciplined mind will look at it as an opportunity for growth rather than a reason to give up. A disciplined mind does not see failure as an endpoint, but as a stepping stone towards success. It's important to remember that disciplining your mind is not a one-time event. It's a continual process of choosing over and over again to focus on the thoughts and beliefs that align with your true potential. It's about developing the habit of mental control so that it becomes second nature. Just like any other form of discipline, it requires consistency and commitment. The reward for disciplining your mind is freedom. When your mind is disciplined, it no longer controls you, you control it. You no longer react to every passing thought or emotion. Instead, you choose the thoughts that serve your highest good. You become the master of your mind, and by doing so, you unlock your true potential. When you discipline your mind, you take command of your life. The challenges and obstacles that once seem insurmountable become opportunities for growth. You begin to see possibilities instead of limitations. Your vision becomes clearer. Your actions become more purposeful, and your path to success becomes more certain. With a disciplined mind, there is no limit to what you can achieve. The discipline of your mind is the foundation for every success you will experience. The more you practice, the stronger your mental muscles become, and the more resilient you will be in the face of challenges. Take control of your thoughts today, and you will begin to see the transformation in every area of your life. The power to change your thinking is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. It is within your control to shift your mindset from one of limitation to one of possibility, from one of fear to one of courage. But to do so requires intentional effort. The reality is, you are not stuck with the thoughts that come to you. You are not bound by your past experiences, mistakes, or the negativity that has plagued your mind. You have the ability to take charge of your thoughts, to redirect them, and to create a mindset that serves you instead of holding you back. Changing your thinking begins with a fundamental understanding. Your thoughts shape your life. What you think about most of the time is what you attract into your life. If you are constantly thinking about lack, fear, failure, those will be the things that show up in your reality. But when you begin to change your thinking, you shift the direction of your life. By changing the way you think, you change your perspective, your actions, and ultimately your future. The first step to changing your thinking is becoming aware of the thoughts you're thinking. So many of us go through life on autopilot. reacting to circumstances, people, and situations without stopping to think about the quality of the thoughts running through our minds. The mind can be chaotic, filled with a range of thoughts, some empowering, others destructive, but many times we don't even notice the negative thoughts that invade our minds until they've already taken root and started to influence our actions. The key is to become conscious of your thoughts and to recognize when they are not serving you. Once you become aware of the negative thoughts or limiting beliefs that tend to arise, the next step is to challenge them. Ask yourself, are these thoughts true? Are they based on facts, or are they simply assumptions, fears, or past experiences that don't define your present or future? Most often, you'll find that the negative thoughts in your mind are either exaggerated, untrue, or irrelevant to where you are right now. They are the echoes of past failures, mistakes, or doubts that have no place in your current reality. The process of changing your thinking also involves replacing those negative thoughts with positive, empowering ones. This doesn't mean ignoring the challenges you face or pretending that everything is perfect, but it does mean choosing to focus on solutions, growth, and potential instead of problems, limitations, and failure. Every time a negative thought arises, you can consciously choose to replace it with a thought that is in alignment with your goals, your purpose, and your true potential. For example, when you catch yourself thinking, I'm not good enough, challenge it with the truth, I am more than enough. I have everything I need to succeed. When fear creeps in and whispers, you'll never make it, counter it with, I am capable of overcoming any obstacle. This process of replacing negative thoughts with positive ones is not a one-time effort. It requires consistent practice. The more you do it, the easier it becomes to change your thinking, and the more natural it feels to focus on what you want to create rather than what you fear. Another important step in changing your thinking is affirming the truth about who you are. Most of us have been conditioned to believe lies about ourselves, whether from past experiences, the opinions of others, or the messages we've internalized over time. These lies shape the way we see ourselves, our worth, and our potential. But when you change your thinking, you begin to see yourself through the lens of truth. You start to realize that you are capable, worthy, and deserving of everything you desire. You start to believe in your own greatness and trust that you have the power to create the life you want. Changing your thinking also involves making a conscious decision to focus on gratitude. When you change the way you think, you choose to focus on the good in your life instead of what's wrong. Gratitude shifts your mindset from one of scarcity to one of abundance. It trains your mind to see the opportunities, blessings, and possibilities that are already present in your life. And this shift in focus attracts even more good things to you. When you choose gratitude, you stop dwelling on what you don't have and start appreciating what you do have. This simple practice has the power to radically transform your mindset and the way you experience life. To change your thinking, it's also important to surround yourself with positive influences. You become like the people you spend time with and the content you consume. If you're constantly surrounded by negativity, whether it's negative people, negative media, or toxic environments, your thinking will inevitably reflect that negativity. But when you surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you, your mindset shifts. When you consume positive, empowering content, books, podcasts, videos, or anything that inspires you, it strengthens your resolve to change your thinking. The people and influences around you play a powerful role in shaping your thoughts, so choose wisely. It's essential to be patient with yourself during this process. Changing the way you think takes time. The mind doesn't change overnight, especially if it's been programmed with negative or limiting beliefs for years. But with consistent effort, you can rewire your brain and begin to think differently. The key is persistence. Each day you must commit to changing your thoughts. focusing on the positive and rejecting anything that does not align with your highest good. Over time, these small shifts in thinking will accumulate, and you will begin to see the transformation in your life. In the end, changing your thinking is one of the most powerful things you can do to create the life you desire. When you take control of your thoughts, you take control of your life. You shift from being a victim of your circumstances to being the creator of your destiny. The power to change your thinking is in your hands, and when you choose to embrace that power, you unlock the potential to achieve anything you set your mind to. Your mind can be your greatest asset when you train it to focus on solutions rather than problems. The way you approach challenges in life determines how you experience them. It's easy to fall into the trap of dwelling on problems, allowing them to consume your thoughts and energy. But focusing solely on problems can paralyze you, keeping you stuck in a cycle of frustration and inaction. On the other hand, when you train your mind to focus on solutions, you begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. You start to look at challenges as stepping stones for growth rather than roadblocks that prevent progress. The truth is, problems are part of life. No one is exempt from facing challenges. They are inevitable. But what sets successful people apart from others is how they approach those challenges. While many people become overwhelmed by problems, focusing only on how difficult they are, successful individuals shift their focus to the solution. Now, they don't ignore the problem, but they understand that dwelling on it doesn't help. Instead, they focus on finding a way forward, regardless of how difficult the situation may seem. Shifting your focus from problems to solutions requires a mental shift. It starts with choosing to see challenges as opportunities for growth. When you face a problem, instead of thinking, this is too hard, I don't know how to fix this, you ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I solve this? What is the next step I need to take? This shift in perspective is powerful because it empowers you to take control of the situation. It takes you from being a victim of circumstances to being a proactive problem solver. Training your mind to focus on solutions doesn't mean ignoring the reality of a situation. It means choosing not to get stuck in the negativity or helplessness that often comes with facing difficulties. It's about taking responsibility for your circumstances and deciding that you will not allow them to define you or hold you back. When you focus on solutions, you begin to ask better questions, which in turn leads to better answers. You stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what can I do to change this? One key to developing a solution-focused mindset is cultivating a sense of resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to adapt to challenges, and to keep moving forward despite adversity. When you face problems, it's easy to become discouraged, to lose hope, and to feel like giving up. But resilient individuals understand that failure is not permanent. They recognize that challenges are temporary, and they trust in their ability to overcome them. They know that every challenge they face is an opportunity to learn, grow, and become stronger. Resilience is cultivated through experience, but also through mindset. You have to train your mind to view failure and setbacks as part of the process of success. When you shift your mindset in this way, you no longer fear failure. Instead, you embrace it as a teacher. Every time you fail or face a problem, you learn something valuable that can help you in the future. This is why focusing on solutions is so powerful. It keeps you moving forward, learning and growing, no matter how many setbacks you encounter along the way. Another important aspect of focusing on solutions is maintaining a sense of optimism. When you face a problem, it's easy to become pessimistic, to believe that things won't get better or that you don't have the resources to overcome the challenge. But a solution-focused mindset requires you to maintain a positive outlook even in the face of adversity. Optimism isn't about ignoring the difficulties you face. It's about believing that you have the ability to handle them and that things will get better. Optimism fuels your belief in the possibility of finding solutions and taking the necessary actions to bring them to life. Training your mind to focus on solutions also involves developing patience. Sometimes the solutions to our problems don't come immediately, and it can be easy to become discouraged if we don't see results right away. But a solution-focused mindset teaches you to trust the process, to stay patient, and to keep taking small steps toward the solution. Patience is critical because it allows you to stay focused on the long-term goal rather than getting caught up in the short-term frustration of not seeing immediate results. It's important to remember that not every problem has an immediate or obvious solution, and that's okay. Some problems require time, creativity, and persistence. When you focus on solutions, you give yourself the space to think creatively, to brainstorm new ideas, and to come up with unconventional solutions. This is where true innovation happens. Some of the greatest breakthroughs in history came from individuals who refused to focus solely on the problem, but instead spent their energy finding a way to overcome it. A solution-focused mindset also encourages collaboration. When you focus on finding solutions, you're more likely to seek out advice, support, and guidance from others. You recognize that you don't have to face challenges alone. There is wisdom in collaboration, and often the solution to a problem comes from a collective effort. By working with others, you open yourself up to new ideas and perspectives that you may not have considered on your own. Collaboration expands your capacity for finding solutions and makes the process of overcoming challenges much more effective. Training your mind to focus on solutions is not about denying the reality of problems or challenges, but about refusing to be defined by them. It's about choosing to believe that there is always a way forward, no matter how difficult the situation may seem. When you focus on solutions, you give yourself the power to create change and to overcome anything that comes your way. Problems will always exist, but how you respond to them is entirely up to you. In the end, focusing on solutions allows you to take control of your life and move forward with confidence. It removes the fear, uncertainty, and doubt that often accompany difficult situations and replaces them with clarity, purpose, and action. When you choose to focus on solutions, you not only overcome the challenges in front of you, but also become a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. And that, ultimately, is the key to unlocking your true potential. To create the life you want, you must develop the ability to stay focused on your vision and refuse to be distracted by the noise around you. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. The constant pull of social media, the pressure of other people's expectations, and the overwhelming pace of modern life can all divert your attention away from the things that truly matter. But focus is a skill, one that can be cultivated with discipline and intention. When you learn to direct your energy and attention toward what truly aligns with your purpose, you begin to take control of your destiny. The first step in developing focus is to clarify your vision. Without a clear vision of where you want to go and what you want to achieve, it's easy to become distracted by anything and everything. Your vision acts as a roadmap, guiding you through the inevitable distractions and detours that life presents. It serves as a constant reminder of why you're doing what you're doing, helping you stay on track even when challenges arise. When you have a clear, compelling vision of your future, distractions lose their power to divert your attention. You know where you're headed, and you become less susceptible to the temptations and diversions that might otherwise pull you off course. A clear vision is like a laser beam that cuts through the fog of confusion. It provides direction and purpose in everything you do. When you are clear about what you want and why you want it, every decision you make, every action you take is aligned with that vision. You begin to filter out the distractions, knowing that they don't serve your ultimate goal. Your focus sharpens because your purpose is clear, and with that clarity, you are able to move forward with confidence and determination. Once you have a clear vision, the next step in staying focused is to break down your vision into actionable steps. It's not enough to simply dream about your goals. You must also create a practical plan to bring them to life. This is where discipline comes in. Focus requires consistent action, even when the excitement of the initial idea starts to wear off. There will always be challenges, setbacks, and moments of doubt, but staying focused means sticking to your plan regardless of how you feel in the moment. When you break down your larger vision into smaller, achievable steps, you give yourself a series of milestones to work toward. Each small victory brings you closer to your ultimate goal, and these incremental wins help keep your momentum going. This process helps prevent overwhelm, as you're not trying to tackle everything all at once. Instead, you're focusing on what needs to be done in the present moment, and you're taking one step at a time toward your bigger goal. Another key aspect of focus is learning how to manage distractions. Distractions are inevitable, but they don't have to derail your progress. One of the most effective ways to manage distractions is to set clear boundaries. This means protecting your time and energy from people, activities, or habits that don't contribute to your vision. It may involve saying no to certain opportunities or requests, or it may mean creating a dedicated space and time for your work, free from interruptions. In today's digital age, one of the biggest distractions is technology. The constant barrage of notifications, emails, and messages can easily pull your attention away from what's truly important. But you have the power to control how much time and energy you give to technology. By setting boundaries around your use of devices, you can regain control of your focus. Turn off notifications, set specific times to check emails, and avoid mindlessly scrolling through social media. Instead, use technology as a tool to support your vision, not as a source of distraction. Focus also requires mental discipline. It's easy for your mind to wander, to get caught up in doubts, worries, or irrelevant thoughts. But developing the ability to bring your attention back to the task at hand is crucial for maintaining focus. One of the best ways to strengthen your mental focus is through mindfulness practices. Meditation, deep breathing, or even simple exercises in concentration can help you train your mind to stay focused on the present moment. The more you practice mindfulness, the easier it becomes to direct your attention where it needs to be, regardless of the distractions that arise. Another important component of focus is maintaining a sense of purpose. When you are connected to your why, the reason you're doing what you're doing, staying focused becomes much easier. Purpose fuels your determination and drives you to keep moving forward, even when the going gets tough. When you know that your work is meaningful and aligned with your values, distractions lose their hold on you. You no longer feel tempted to chase after every shiny object because you know that they are not in alignment with your purpose. Your focus is anchored in your deeper sense of why, and that keeps you grounded and on track. Focus is also a matter of prioritization. There are many things in life that can demand your attention, but not all of them are equally important. To stay focused, you must learn how to prioritize your time and energy. This means saying yes to the things that will bring you closer to your vision and saying no to things that will only serve to distract or drain you. It's easy to get caught up in activities that feel urgent but aren't necessarily important. When you prioritize what truly matters, you eliminate the distractions that waste your time and energy, and you create more space for what aligns with your goal. One final piece of staying focused is creating a routine or system that supports your work. Having a structured plan for your day helps you maintain a sense of discipline and prevents distractions from creeping in. A routine sets the tone for your day and helps you stay on track, even when things get busy or chaotic. It's not about rigidly sticking to a set of rules. It's about creating a framework that keeps you moving forward, step by step, toward your goals. Staying focused is not easy in a world full of distractions, but it is possible. By clarifying your vision, breaking it down into actionable steps, managing distractions, and maintaining mental discipline, you create an environment in which focus thrives. When you stay focused on what matters, you move closer to your dreams with every passing day. Focus is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. And when you master it, you unlock the door to limitless possibility. The power to take consistent action, regardless of how small it may seem, is what truly drives progress in your life. It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of big dreams and grand visions, but without consistent effort, those dreams remain just that, dreams. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's the force that transforms your thoughts, ideas, and aspirations into tangible outcomes. Consistency in action is not just about doing things once or twice. It's about creating a habit, a rhythm, and a momentum that moves you forward every single day. The first key to consistent action is developing discipline. Discipline is not something that comes easily to everyone, but it is something that can be cultivated with practice. It's the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. This might mean waking up earlier, working through moments of fatigue, or pushing through resistance when it feels easier to quit. The beauty of discipline is that over time it becomes second nature. You begin to do the things that matter, not because they're easy, but because they align with your larger goals. In the early stages, consistency in action requires you to show up even when you don't see immediate results. It's easy to get discouraged when the work feels repetitive or when you don't see instant gratification. However, the power of consistent action is that it compounds over time. Small, deliberate actions taken consistently will always lead to significant progress. It's similar to the process of planting a seed. At first, you don't see any growth, but you continue watering and nurturing it. Eventually, the seed begins to sprout, and with time, it grows into something much bigger than you could have imagined. But if you stop watering the seed too early, it never has the chance to grow. Consistency also requires a clear plan of action. Without a roadmap, it's easy to get lost or distracted. A clear plan gives you a sense of direction and purpose, allowing you to take intentional steps toward your goal every day. The key here is to break down your larger goal into smaller, manageable tasks. By doing so, you can focus on one thing at a time, which prevents overwhelm and keeps you moving forward. With each small task completed, you create momentum that propels you toward the bigger picture. One of the challenges many people face in taking consistent action is the temptation to jump from one idea to the next without fully committing to any one thing. It's easy to get excited about a new opportunity or project and abandon the one you're currently working on. However, true progress comes from focusing on one thing at a time and seeing it through to completion. This doesn't mean you should never explore new opportunities, but it does mean that you need to maintain your focus on the actions that are most aligned with your long-term vision. It's the ability to stay committed to your course of action, even when the initial excitement fades, that separates those who achieve their goals from those who remain stuck in the planning phase. Consistency also requires resilience. There will inevitably be setbacks and failures along the way. The key to taking consistent action is not allowing these setbacks to stop you. When you encounter challenges or obstacles, it's easy to become discouraged or frustrated, but resilience helps you bounce back quickly. Resilience teaches you to see failure as part of the process, not as an end. It's about getting up after every fall, learning from your mistakes, and continuing to move forward. This mindset allows you to maintain your momentum, even when things don't go as planned. Every failure is simply a lesson, and with each lesson you become stronger and more equipped to take the next step toward your goal. Consistency in action also involves maintaining a strong sense of accountability. When you have someone to report to, whether it's a mentor, a coach, or even a friend, you are more likely to follow through with your commitments. Accountability helps you stay on track and gives you the motivation to keep going, even on days when you don't feel like it. It's not about being perfect, but about showing up consistently, even on the days when your energy is low or your enthusiasm wanes. In addition to discipline and resilience, consistency requires a mindset of patience. Many people expect immediate results, and when they don't see instant success, they give up. However, true progress takes time. When you take consistent action, you are planting seeds for the future. You may not see the fruits of your labor right away, but if you continue to show up and put in the work, eventually you will start to see results. The key is to trust the process and keep taking small steps every day. The road to success is rarely a straight line. There will be detours, bumps, and unexpected challenges. But consistency in your actions keeps you moving forward no matter the obstacles. It's also important to remember that consistent action doesn't always mean working harder or putting in longer hours. Sometimes it's about working smarter. This means focusing on the tasks that truly move you closer to your goal and eliminating distractions or unnecessary efforts that don't serve your purpose. By working efficiently, you ensure that the time and energy you invest are used effectively. It's about being intentional with your actions, prioritizing what matters most, and letting go of the things that don't. Another crucial element of consistency is self-motivation. While external accountability and support are helpful, the true driving force behind consistent action comes from within. You must be intrinsically motivated to take action, not simply because you have to, but because you genuinely believe in the importance of the work you're doing. So when you're motivated by a deeper sense of purpose, it becomes easier to take consistent action even when it feels difficult or inconvenient. This internal motivation is what propels you to keep going, even when no one is watching or when the path becomes unclear. In the end, consistent action is the key to achieving anything meaningful in life. It's not the grand gestures or big leaps that lead to success. It's the small, steady steps taken every day that create lasting change. When you commit to consistent action, you harness the power to turn your dreams into reality. Every day, you show up and take action. You move one step closer to the person you are meant to become and the life you are meant to live. Keep going, even when it feels hard. Consistency will pay off, and the results will speak for themselves. In conclusion, the journey toward achieving your dreams and unlocking your true potential begins with mastering the greatest tool you have, your mind. It's essential to take control of your thoughts, focus on solutions, and refuse to let distractions steer you off course. Your mind is both the battlefield and the tool for victory, and when you discipline it to act with intention, focus, and resilience, you will begin to shape the life you've always desired. Remember, the road to success isn't always easy or linear. There will be setbacks, moments of doubt, and obstacles that seem insurmountable. But with a clear vision, the determination to take consistent action, and the refusal to let the negative voices, both external and internal, distract you, you will find the strength to rise above any challenge. Your purpose will guide you, your actions will propel you, and your resilience will ensure you reach your destination. Thank you for taking the time to listen, to reflect, and to commit to the growth and transformation that lies ahead. I wish you all the best on your journey. May you find the courage to keep moving forward, the wisdom to stay focused, and the strength to never give up on your dreams. Good luck. And may you always continue to rise higher with each step you take. Thank you.